Yeah. Oh, look, it's snowing again. Oh, wow. Shocker. So it's Sunday, Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody. And right now, that's Ellie. Ellie is the mother of Thumper. Ellie is a first-time mum, even though she's 3 years old. Thumper is back in the workshop. Not because Thumper is sickly, but because Thumper and a couple other calves decided to lay down out in the open by the bell rings and fell asleep, and now they're coated nice because it's right about freezing. So they're wet, covered in ice, chilled. So yeah, gonna give him a wee bit of a bottle. He's had all of his medications, so he's scared he's gonna get he was going to get what do you call that, plugged up, constipated, that's the word. I got brain constipation. Oh my gosh, calving season, it plays havoc on you. So hey buddy, see, this is Thumper. He's a wee ravenous creature. Hey buddy. So he was going around licking the floor, so let me see if you'll take this. No, I'm gonna have to cajole him. I'll bring it. Okay. So he took about 10 gulps and he didn't want any more. And he's not skinny or anything, he's not gaunt, so he's not real hungry. I just figured I'd put some hot fluid in his tummy just to bring his core back up. You see the heater's not parked in the little cubby thing, because we found out that you can overheat the calves pretty quick, and because this is a bit of a bigger calf, he's about a week old, yeah, it doesn't need to be like right cooked, because I think it was 109, one of the other little bulls from the same pen. Yeah, I put it in the hot box for about an hour or so, went in, laid down, came back out. Poor little bugger was overheating. It's fine, but... So here's the thing for you. So our vet had said young stock, like first time mamas, you shouldn't have to deal with coccidiosis viral load as of just quite yet. So the pen just out here is the 2-year-olds with the first time babies, their first time mamas. So they're doing great, and they stay in the pen with their babies. We don't move them. The next pen is the 3-year-olds on their second calvers, and I just assumed it's the same thing. They haven't moved, they haven't been with the big herd. They've been in their own pen all year. No, shouldn't be an issue. Because our local place has a hard time getting these elite beef breeder tubs that has the rumensin and all the proper mineral package for them. Well, they have a hard time getting them. So I think I'm gonna have to get a different distributor, because almost every calf from the 3-year-olds, the second calvers, almost every calf has had scours or some level of pneumonia or just some type of wimpy baby syndrome. Almost every one. Like out of, what have we had? 7? 7 or 8? 8 now. All but 2 have had pretty bad scours, like liquid. That's what that sawdust is there, it's covering over. So yeah, next year we're gonna make sure we're gonna have at least 2 pallets of that stuff in. And all the pens will get them, because I'm not doing this again. Like the big herd that's calving out there, I'm hardly having to treat any of them. 1 or 2 of them I have to keep an eye on. I haven't had to medicate them. These ones, the 5 or 6 of them, I can't remember. Like I said, calving brain. They've been getting Metacam. One of them had electrolytes, many bottles, and charcoal, the charcoal syringe. Where is it? I had one here. I'm gonna get my... Please wait while I get these messages. This stuff. Charcoal kaolin oral paste. So yeah, you just fire it down the throat. And it's kind of like an antacid for calves. So when they have the diarrhea and their little guts are going, you've all heard it, like when you're trying to bottle them, little guts go sore and the calf stops sucking. Well, that stuff there coats the tummy. So yeah, won't make that mistake twice. We gave lots of tubs to the big herd. Like I said, they're being champs. Apart from that one calf that got stood on. But yeah, so note to self. So yeah, he'll be in here for another half hour or so. I've got to go and put some bales out and then put him back out because his mama is trying to climb through the cables, trying to get out here. She's yodeling like you heard. So, getting a lot of use out of this thing. I need to make a lid for this because some of the calves, they're not like, if you're carrying a calf, it's not a newborn and it just lays in that, you're too late. So yeah, these little buggers, they jump out and you're loading them, you jump out and you're loading them, they tip them over. I need to make a lid to hold the little bugger in there till I get in here and then can get out. Anyway, back to work. So, storm for the most part has passed. This week, supposed to get another storm rolling in, but it's the crazy, crazy prairies. So, I think I'm going to put this in the middle of this series of videos. So, you'll have seen the video where I'm scanning the pens and you can see a bunch of clustering and there's some cows fighting and then there's a whole bunch of cows fighting over here. Well, the entire lot of them went mental. So these ones were ripping around and back and forward and the calves were going as well because they were scared and excited and they were ripping around and a whole bunch of cows and even the oldies were fighting. Hey Squirts, how you doing? Coming for some love? Hey darling. So yeah, they were all going mental. Couldn't figure it out. Well, I just had a bit of an episode with Ellie. Ellie and her baby were over here. Problem is, I had seen Ellie feeding 3 other calves and Ellie does not have the udders to feed 2 calves, never mind 4. So we moved Ellie and her baby Thumper back over to that pen. Well, Ellie started fighting with everybody. So after chasing them around the pen, I've got Ellie and Thumper put back in the isolation pen till I'm sure that both of them have calmed down. That's right, Squirt. So yeah, then I needed to figure out, make sure all the babies in this pen were safe because the cows went mental and I was scared they were going to get trampled, kick the babies or step on them or something. Somebody wants their butt scratched. So yeah, checked over, the babies all seemed good. Came over here and the cows that weren't fighting were all in a semicircle over here. There was about, oh gosh, there must have been at least 25 if not 30 cows all in a semicircle over here, and I will enter a picture here. So yeah, that's what spooked the entire herd. So I'm not sure whether it landed in the pens and was finding a little bit of afterbirth or discharge or something and accidentally got either kicked or bumped into by a cow because nothing was broken. No legs, wings, whatever. But it was definitely stunned, so I grabbed it and we kept it in the house, in the garage, in a cat box. What do you call those? Cat cage carrier thing. So yeah, we did the normal thing. Did the normal thing where you put a towel over the top of it to stop the bird getting worked up. So I left messages with a bunch of different agencies, and the conservation group was the only one that messaged back, and they said, Oh, you're kind of out of luck because it's a federal holiday, so nobody will be answering. So, yeah, check the bird over. The wings seem good, legs seem good. So, we're gonna let it go, and that's what you're gonna see next. Just gonna take the whole top off.
Why is my sun off the wall?
I think he's doing all right. Oh dear gosh. Yeah, another lovely blur day. So this is this new Colorado front showing up. It's this Friday, April 22nd. Yeah, it's pretty well lit. So, calves popping out everywhere, of course. It's just rain right now, and it's above zero, which yeah, that says 4. The Weather Channel says 2, which I won't argue with. So what are we doing today, Piper Dog? Well, we had a bit of an accident. I was blowing out the drains. Oh, sugar nuggets. Knocking stuff over everywhere because I'm balancing it everywhere. As I've said before, those green pipes there, those are the drains. So there's one. Hopefully I can turn you right there in the middle of the screen. There. So I was blasting that one out with these lines here. I know I'm zoomed all the way in, but so I was blasting that one out yesterday, and where is it? That's all that was left of my little blaster guy that was in the previous video. So one of these is that's all that's left of it. The end went firing off, and I can't find it. It's in the drain, or it's in the water sludge around it. Long gone. So I just did a run to Brandon, Wheat City. Went to the Princess's Autos. Picked up another one. I know, made in China, buggers. So that's how it comes. I think they're like $12 or $14 or something. I'll have to look it up, and I'll add it in at the end. So yeah, that's the gist of it. That's all. Yeah, you can just see daylight there. You can see a little bit of light in the corner. There. So yeah. So I don't know if I'll ever find it again. Doesn't matter. They're cheap enough. I actually went to buy a couple of them, but we only had one left. Buggers. So I'm going to attach this to this, and then this goes on the other end, because I still had this part, because the broken piece was screwed in here. So this to this to this to this, and then this went on to the end of the hose there. That's how it was, but I'm getting fancy. So I got one of these kits, quick connects. because the other end of that hose has a quick connect to the pressure washer. So now I'm gonna have the quick connect to that doodad, and then the other one of these quick connects will be for my pressure washing wand, because it was a screw-on to the end of the hose, and I don't want that. I want it to be quick connect because I change in and out. So yeah, that'll be another part. Of course, you need your Teflon tape. And then my pressure washer didn't come with a set of these. So these were on sale for 16 bucks for a set of 4. Good old Princess's Autos. So, yeah, so I'm going to be, oh yeah, I don't even know if you can see it from here. Yeah, you can't see it. Because this is 200-foot lengths of hose. That way I can do all the blasting from one location. The local co-op didn't have a straight female to female connector to put the two hoses together. They had an elbow, but the problem is when I get to the elbow, I can't put that down the drain because it'll catch on the way back up and I'll have a hard time getting the hose back out. So finally, the local co-op had a female to female. So that'll be going in there. It's not emergency today because it's quite awful out, but at least I have it now. So yeah, I'm gonna fire this all together with the tape and stuff. Try and get back to blowing these drains out because they're an absolute mess. And that one over there is the big bad one because all the babies are in there and they're having to trudge through all that. So I'm gonna get this all put back together and get at her. How's your Saturday going? Oh, it's not quite rain. It's razor sharp ice pellets. Yeah. Bedding for the 3rd time today. So it's 9 o'clock on Saturday night and we're in the middle of this bull crap storm. So fresh bales again for the mums, fresh straw again for the babies. Stuff the corner up, and as you can see the babies are using it quite handedly. Look at all the babies. Poor wee buggers are all finnered. Yeah, they're everywhere. That says it. 71, 72. Hey Ike. There's Spike, guys. That's him, number 22. He's a little Sputnik, that one. Whoa. He's a chunker. So yeah, we're at 72, I think it is. So yeah, this pen was bedded and the storm was out of the northeast, which was nice and sheltered. Now it's shifting, it's coming straight in from the east. So as you can see, the snow is frickin' everywhere. We currently have a baby in there, which was down there at that bale ring. So I'm hoping to set this bale ring up here to stop Mum walking away down there and taking the baby with it. So hopefully she'll learn to stay here and shelter. Where is it? There it is. Just born about a couple hours ago. So, yeah. And if anybody wants to fund $250,000 for a huge biotech over these 2 corrals, you go right ahead. But yeah, as of next year, there'll be a shelter in that pen, just like one of those. Except it'll only be 70 feet long instead of 130 feet long like that one. Because these pens are 80 feet wide, and then you minus the gate out. But that shelter will predominantly for babies, not mums. But it'll be 24 feet deep, so the back 12 feet by 70 feet will be just for babies, and in the front the mums can huddle in there if they want. But so yeah. Oh my gosh, so I'll be uploading this video tonight. We currently have a baby in the workshop. It's was born last night. Just a bit wishy-washy. Don't want to take a chance. We currently only have one baby that's under medication. That's Thumper. He's still fighting the virus. At this point, I think he's probably got COVID. Never mind coccidiosis. So yeah, I'm gonna go and have a rest for an hour or two, and then come back out and do it all again. So yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. One more day. We've got one more day of really bad weather. Still have snow and stuff coming next week, but this is the last of the storms. I actually heard thunder today. Thunder! Oh my gosh. 5 seasons today. Spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, and winter again. Okay, I'll get going. I'm getting numb. Well, we're definitely going to call this the 100-pound calf here. He's a good 125, this boy. So yeah, he's just a little bit wabbit, as they say. So he's had one bottle already. He'll have a second bottle of colostrum. And hopefully tomorrow, once this all settles down, he'll get to go back out to his mama. Oh yeah, here's a project. Slip tank. This corner's let go somewhere. So I'm gonna clean her back up and just run a spot stitch all the way down. I was wondering if I could find some angle iron and lay it over it and then weld it, seam weld it all the way down there just to strengthen it up. Because it's had a new floor at some point. And I patched the other end a couple of years ago. As far as I know, that's the only place it's... I don't know what this is. It's like some sort of a epoxy or something. So yeah. Enough for the winter storms, Mother Nature. Yep. 3 inches of rain today. Now 3 inches of slush, snow, ice, pellets, hail, all of the above. That's enough. Enough of it.